Okay, but da abba wabba dub. Welcome to Scene Investigators. You've been here before, we're back. The name's Jojo, don't forget it. Ooh. Oh, it put me here rather than getting me out and going to the next scenario. Interessante. So, we can't figure out... Oh, yeah, that's why it ended me there. We can't figure out that last one because I think we need to go to scenario 3. I think they're going to be connected somehow, just because the way that the game was set up there, where it wasn't grading that question and we didn't really get... It felt like we were missing information. So I think that this is going to be connected, like 100% somehow.
Good luck.
There you go. Had to up the game a little bit. Situation. The morning of a thunderstorm, an apartment janitor found one unit in disarray. Among the mess lay a dead body. Be carefully examining the details of the scene. Can you uncover what happened? I wonder if it's supposed to say, oh, by carefully, not be carefully. By carefully examining the details of the scene, can you uncover what happened? It was the janitor. Miami. We're back to Miami. Oh, gosh. Why is one of your shoes really bad compared to the other? Oh, no, these might be... No, I don't know. Oh, and I can't see where they come from. Okay, so he stumbled in here? Stumbled? Looked for something in particular. I don't know why flower. And then ouchie to the head. Ooh, God, it's loaded. Inaccessible. Okay. Okay, well, first things first is we see the kitchen. Is there anything we can click on? No. No. Calendar. There was a first aid kit trying to do something. Okay, a gas thing. One single beer, a rope, and a cigarette. That's not the best thing to buy altogether. I think as a store clerk, the cashier, Wilbur, Wobbler, probably should have called it in as a wellness check. Sorry to stand on you, my good man. Okay, so he shot himself in the head. Is what I'm seeing. Can't click on that, can I? No. So maybe he just stumbled because he was, like, super drunk? It's just weird that all the cabinets are open. Maybe it's just supposed to show disarray. Oh, it is connected. It's the same exact photo from the first one. It's the same photo from the wallet. How did you come back here? So, okay. it was the family that was having issues, and the guy went to the casino, and she got like a little birthday letter that was like happy, or not birthday, it was engagement, like happy engagement. Didn't think you would last 2 more weeks. Thought you'd go back to Miami. Maybe she did go back to Miami. Like she just like left him at some point, and then he came to find her. Or this is where he was. I wonder if this is him. And he just couldn't do it without her. Girl found after being missing for 23 years. They never did find the kids, did they? Thomas Harrington. It is connected. Rent collection policy. Ross McLaughlin, the managing agent, shall collect rent in accordance with the tenant's lease, which conforms with housing procedures and abides by and follows Florida real estate law. Policy and summary. Rent is due on or before the first of every month. Any rent not paid in full by the end of the 5th day of the month is subject to a $50 late fee. Any tenant who has not paid rent and late fees by the 17th day of the month will have eviction procedures initiated against them. This notice serves as a reminder that your rent was not received on the 5th. You are hereby notified that you are in violation of the above-mentioned policy. You have until November 16th, 2018 to bring... 2018... to bring the following outstanding balance total amount. Otherwise, this policy will be enforced. Rent is $500 a month. Late fee is $50, so due is $550. That's pretty good for an apartment like this. That's pretty good. In Florida? So it looks like he's just totally obsessed with people who have gone missing and trying to find them. So maybe after the fact of like the kids going missing, he just like turned into like a weird private investigator. Which would make sense if he was the one that went into that trafficking house and found them. Because, like, if he would be obsessed, it makes sense. Oof, yeah. So he thought about it for a while, but he just finally did that one, I think. Searching for the lost. Missing. Have you seen this person? Leah Dennis. Not Hazel. Oh, he is still looking for them. Alina Hardin. Not Hazel. Sabrina Rosales? Not Hazel. Was it just Hazel that went missing? Technically, her backpack was gone. How does that work? I thought it might have been both kids. It's the constellation map. I'm wondering how this is coming back other than just something to keep reminding back to it's all connected. Okay, we got a washer. It is maybe because he did the feather thing. It's supposed to be, and the acorn. He said to what was the girl's name? What was the girl's name? Irene? Was it Irene? Hold on. Hold on. Irene. It was Irene. To do the scavenger hunt. Ooh. Ooh, bloody. You get in a fight? Columbus, Ohio. Purple sweater glasses, brown hair in bun. Cincinnati. Literally looking all over the states. I guess it was just Hazel that went missing. Oh, so then the Nicholas just went back to live with his dad. Hazel was last seen December 12th, 2004, at Jane's foster care wearing a pink striped sweater and blue jeans. You were seen at foster care, but then you suddenly weren't? You went missing from foster care? Oof. She was reported missing from Jane's foster care between 6:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. The caretakers believe she had ran away. Dang. So he probably got obsessed with it because at some point when Hazel went missing, I think that whole relationship would have just crumbled. I think the mom, whatever her name was, Catherine? Yeah, Catherine. I don't think she would have been able to handle her two jobs that she would have had. I think she would have crumbled and then broke it off and probably moved back to Florida. And then, he would have been trying to get her back, and the only thing he could think of is maybe just trying to find Hazel and get Hazel back. Because even Nicholas went back to his dad. I wonder if Catherine ended it. I wonder if Catherine gave up, because I wonder if this is why he went back to his dad, or the federal court or state court was like, hey, you're not fit to handle these kids because you literally just lost one, and financially you're not doing well, and just everything went bad. I can't read the... Please pay on time from now on. Oh. There isn't much in here. Here, let me see what that says on the questions, because I actually haven't looked at them. Who entered through the window? Okay, write this down. I didn't even notice the window was open. Who died here? And who's the killer? To me, it looks like self-inflicted wounds because there's literally a bullet in the ceiling. Who entered through the window? Which window? I mean, I guess this is knocked over, but I just figured it was disarray. Is there more for me to see? Oh, it's the same wallet, just empty. Ooh, there's a box. Hey, Thomas. Some money for you. I know you can barely afford a motel. Living in your car is not healthy. I want you to take care of yourself. If it becomes really difficult, you can always come back here to Nashville Church. We love your company, and you can stay at my place until you make money. Todd. Mother of neglected children found dead. Okay, yeah, this is... Yeah, the evening of November 16th. Okay, so just a few days later. Thomas Harrington returned home from work to find his 34-year-old fiancée, Catherine Patton, hanging from the ceiling of the living room fan. A couple months prior to the incident, Child Protection Services took and relocated her children after an investigation of an allegation. Mr. Harrington was unavailable for a comment. Wishing you a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Thomas. I wish you all the best in the coming year. Thank you for being such a great friend. I enjoy all of our conversations and hope we can meet more. So talk, or call me anytime you want to talk, Todd. Oop. Merry Christmas from Todd still. How are you doing, Thomas? I am so happy that you stayed strong this year as well. During summer next year, I am planning to visit you. I'll text you when I have a clear date, so let me know where you are staying then. It's nice to have a friend that's constantly checking in. Holy Bible. I heard you were leaving Nashville. This is a gift for you. Hope this can help you in the new life ahead of you. Holy Bible. And of course he held on to that. She said yes. I don't know if the kitchen is just in disarray to show us that he was just living an awful life. But it's pretty bad. A self-care package. Do I have a water bottle? I do. I have a bottle of water. Chapstick is on the other side. Thank you, Buck. All right. So, who died, who's the killer, and something about who came in through the window. Which I don't... Maybe that's why this is all over the floor, is because they climbed in through the window? Oh, I can search on the computer. Searching for the lost. Okay, and weather. Why do I need to know the weather? Okay, so I think it's just trying to tell me that it was thunderstorming at that time. I don't think this would have been Hazel. I feel like they would have used the same picture. I think this was just hope for him. So I don't know if they have ended up ever finding her. Unless... No, because we never got pictures of the other girls. So unless she's Rose? That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Is there anything on the couch? No. Anything down here? No. Well, my first assumption of who died and who's the killer is it was Thomas, because I feel like it's self-inflicted, but then who entered the window? Can an answer be no one? Ooh, there's a phone. Hi, Sam. Okay. We have information. We have, so on the phone, I'm writing down, there was a phone number 24154511024. Sam is picking up pillows. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Oh,
Thank you for what you did.
Sam.
I don't know what else to say but that you saved us. We can't thank you enough.
Is that zombie? I think that's Irene? That's gotta be Irene. If this is all connected, it's gotta be. Triple critical. Sorry. Yeah, triple critical hit. Yeah.
Hey, Thomas. Are you back at that place again? I can, never reach you during November. Please, I'm worried about you. I just want to know how you're doing. Call me when you get this.
Oof. It's November 16th, right? Sorry, I'm itching. When, okay, hold on. When was the date of the last one? My flower crown. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the date of the last one was like November 15th. So saying thank you the next day seems about right. Like, thank you for what you did. So he was definitely the one to do it. Thomas went in to save the trafficked people. And then Todd, being like that friend from Texas, was like, hey, I'm just worried about you. I just want to check in on you. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Then there was another. So 871-227-4397. Mommy is going to die. Please help. That's Irene. So it happened on the or in the whatever. So this was her texting, "Mommy's gonna die." Tried calling like a ton, right? And it didn't come through. Yeah, so this is Irene calling, being like, "Help, help, 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 help." He called her back. And then missed calls from Todd. I wonder if he went to go save them. I don't have this number written down, do I? 241. Oh, wait, yeah. So that was the voicemail, that call. She left a voicemail saying, "Thank you for what you did." And then Todd called and left a voicemail on the second one and said I was worried. Okay. I still feel like I'm missing something because I don't know if he was like maybe about to do it, you know? And then someone came in? Maybe? There's nothing in here I can grab, is there? No. Oh, there's more bullets. There was 2 different guns. I mean, they're both 9mm, but two different casings means someone else was here. It wasn't self-inflicted. Can I see what this one is? No. Usually when it shows you what someone has, or like there's different bullet casings, it'll show you who's got what. So, if you had a gun, you kept it in your kitchen, and that's why it's in disarray. No, it's just pasta. Totally feels like someone was searching for something. When was this? When was the buying of the rope? The 16th of November at 9:23 a.m. (9:23 a.m.) So 8 minutes later he got this call and the voicemail. But there was only one dead body, so he didn't do it yet. He was almost there. He was setting it up. So I wonder if he was standing here and then like threw his phone. Or if somebody saw him and came in. What was this, a stapler? That just felt weird to me. A stapler. Okay, so... Who entered through the window? I still don't even know which window. I would just assume that one, since all of the files are on the floor. Unless I'm supposed to figure out how it's connected to the other ones. Who died and who's the killer? Who would have entered through the window? That's what's really throwing me off. Like, I feel like I must be missing something. Getting a bunch of notifications from LinkedIn and Indeed right now. Like, hey, just a whole bunch of stuff's opened. Shush, phone, shush. I make you quiet now. How do I make my phone quiet? There it is. Here we go. Who entered through the window? Who entered through the window? The landlord? I don't know. Am I supposed to be able to do something with this? It makes me want to actually try typing this into a different browser or something. Like, I wonder if that would give us... Do you think they would do that? Do you think the game would rent a website for so long so that people, if they grab this... I am going to take some notes of, like, what's... So this is 2460 Melm Street, apartment 43, Miami. Is there any other... No, this would have just had those. That's the constellations. I don't know how that comes in turn with anything. I mean, this guy was already pretty reckless during this time of year, because it's got to be the hardest thing for him. So I wonder, it being like literally the day... Oh, he hadn't changed the... That's a really old calendar, because they were talking about how it's 2018. I was thinking that was still up to date. No, it's not. It is not. Funny enough, my roommate said he could get me a phone that I could just use for streaming, modeling, tracking at a decent price. Dude was really giving me options. Oh. Autocorrect, I thought we talked about this. That'd be sick. Whew. Like, I wonder... No, wait. Yeah, 43. Why the first aid kit? I'm gonna... I'm gonna go here.
Loading complete. Good luck.
15th. November 15th. 2018. He went to save the girls. Hold on. Poor puppy. Ugh. That really turned really fast. What was this? A lock? Again, the first aid kit. I don't think I ever saw this before. Positive parenting. Westwood Apartments. They never went to an apartment, it's always hotels. Or a casino. Westward? Westward? Westwood Apartments. Westwood Apartments. And this is a house, is my assumption. Can't see anything outside, but Westwood. Westwood.
Loading scenario.
Westwood.
Loading complete.
I'm not gonna forget it. Westwood. What's the date on this one? November 16th at 10:28 a.m. And now I can hear the rain. Westwood. Is this Westwood? Oh, Westwood. Okay, so yes, we I think 100%. I'm gonna write down his whole name. In that last one where it was like who came to save the girls, it's gonna be Thomas Harrington. He went there, he dropped his key. Which means he wasn't the one that opened this because his key was still left there. Right? So this isn't him. So he entered his own apartment through his window. Who entered through the window? Thomas. Right? Right? Left. So then, well, it doesn't ask who enters through the door, but door, enter, that would have been presumably their abusive dad, which his name was Philip. So, assuming Philip came in here. And trashed the place? It's weird to have... Maybe he was searching for something? Well, there's blood there. Maybe he got his head bashed? And then they were fighting? And then at some point, guns had to come out. Is there a bullet in the wall here, or was it literally just shot up? Like, is someone a short king? You know? There's a little bit of drip happening here that leads straight to his hand. So maybe that was his punching hand, like he was punching a bunch. So this might have been his bleeding of his hand here. And then here. Maybe? Who entered through the window? That would be Thomas of his own apartment, because he knew that he'd have an open window. He just didn't have time to clean up, I guess. Who's the... See, it shows two different casings. Oh, it shows two different casings! It's not here that I'm looking for, so Ferril. So this is Ferril, and this is Wilder. They're both 9mm. I can tell who did what shot from the last place because they have a safe and I can open the safe and look at it. But even if I did that, I would know that each of them had one casing on the floor, but I still can't read this one. Okay, so I could figure out who was who did what thing, but I can't read that one, so I wouldn't know. Here, okay. Go back to that other one, maybe to give me something if I just...
Loading scenario. Loading complete. Good luck.
If I just look at it. If I just look at it, then everything will be just fine. Oh, those are phones. I thought in the safe there was ammo, but maybe not. This is why it shows us the shoes. That's why it shows us the shoes, to show us the stepping. And it was him stepping. So he is definitely... Philip is definitely the one that came in. That's why it shows us the shoes. That's interesting. Oh, there's 9mm. And Lysol. Does it look like it says Feral or Wilder? It says Wilder on it. Okay, so Wilder is Philip. Well, here, since I'm here, it was Thomas. Harrington. Harrington. Okay, so that is correct. Cool.
Which case file would you like to tackle? Loading scenario. Loading complete. Good luck.
Ads will start in about a minute? Maybe? The timer is frozen. Oh yeah, my Twitch is very, very slow. It's acting very frozen. I don't know if it's on just my side or not. I blame the snow. Okay, so... Unfortunately, I think it's... Thank you for the self-care package. I think, unfortunately, it is Thomas that died. And I think Philip came in, barged through the door, attacked him when he was down, you know? Because he looks like he was drinking, he was reminiscing. It was literally the day the kids went missing. So I think he came back in. I don't think he was ready to put up a fight. And then Philip came in. And just killed him. Unalived him. I think that's what happened. Not that I want that. I don't think it's anything else. I don't know if I need to use all of the full names and everything, but I'm going to. Who died here? I unfortunately think it was Thomas. Because Philip came here. Oh, what was his name? Philip came here with ammunition. Like, he had access to a lot of stuff. He was already an abusive guy. Thomas would have been not set and ready. I have Irene's last name, I think. I would assume it's gotta be the same. I wrote down, because it was who got the appointment. the tattoo artist on whatever, and it's Irene Haynes. So I'm gonna guess Philip Haynes. Dang, he did die. That's rough. Poor Thomas. Dang. I mean, yeah, that's gonna be the thing. Unfortunately, we're back from ad. So, for anyone who missed, who entered through the window, it was Thomas, because he left his key at the trafficking house, because he barged in, did a bunch of stuff, he dropped his key and left it there. So when he came back, he had to enter his apartment through the window. That was his only way to get back in. Philip, being super duper angry, went after him. So he had the key. He knew it was at Westwood apartment. He knew, I think all he had to check was each door. I guess he just chose the right door with the footprints, because it didn't like try every door. It just went right to his door. But it showed us the footprints, and it showed us the boots in the other scenario. So, and he had all the gun stuff. He was angry, and then Thomas just wasn't ready. It was like literally the anniversary of the day he lost his whole family. Hi, Hannah. So, yeah, poor Thomas. Done with this case file. Whose story is this? I want to say it's Thomas's. Because in the first scenario, it talks about how he was kind of trying to make a family that was a little on financial hardships. Then in the next scenario, he goes to save these girls that are being trafficked. And then in this scenario, it shows like his past and how he's still searching for Hazel, and then he ends up dying. So I think this is his story. Thank you for your submission. The intruder from yesterday was Thomas Harrington. So, yeah, it's all three scenarios are the same person. That's hard. That was, wow. That was a lot. Okay, so these are the reports. So scenario 1. I'll have to watch the VOD. Yeah. Or I could just read this. Scenario 1. On the morning of September 18th, 1998, around 5:30 a.m., Catherine left for home for her usual 15-hour workday. A few hours later, Gina arrived to take Hazel and Nicholas to their elementary school. In the meantime, Thomas was out of state, preparing to drive home after delivering his final parcel last night. When school ended, Hazel and Nicholas were dropped off at Bloommead Park by a school bus at 1:20 p.m. Nearby, Hannah Olson, a Child Protective Services investigator, was in her car keeping watchful eye on them. This marked her fifth stakeout attempt to watch or catch the family in compromising circumstances. Meanwhile, Thomas, who was supposed to pick up the children, was engrossed in gambling at Bakersfield, losing track of time. Gina was unavailable as she was attending a family gathering that had begun at noon. As time continued to pass, with no one coming to collect the children, Hannah realized that the situation could not be allowed to persist any longer. Considering the unfit conditions at their home, at 1:45 p.m., she decided to take it upon herself to remove the children from their household. And that's where that call came in, was like, fine, I'll take care of it myself. Scenario 2. Around 6:30 p.m. on November 15th, 2018, so quite a few years had passed. About 20 years had passed. Philip departed the house to meet with a client, leaving the girls to themselves. Irene was in the dining room eating her heated dinner, while down the hallway in the bedroom, Emma and Stephanie were getting ready for their evening night shifts. Meanwhile, Rose quietly slipped out to the convenience store to buy a cheap backpack. Upon her return, she swiftly carried on stuffing the backpack with essentials in the master bedroom. Her plan was to escape with Irene while Philip was away. Unfortunately, Philip returned earlier than expected. He caught her immediately and reached for his bronze knuckle, and proceeded to repeatedly beat her with it. As her mother shrieked in pain, Irene frantically dialed the number of a stranger whom she recently acquainted with and called for help. At 8 p.m., Philip locked the master bedroom from the outside, leaving Rose inside unconscious. Then he left the house with Emma and Stephanie for the usual night shift. When the doorbell rang at 8:25 p.m., Irene opened the door to an older man who looked to be in his 50s. She promptly ushered him to the hallway. Philip's dog, Spike, immediately noticed the unfamiliar man and lunged at him. Spike's jaw clenched on his arm, tore through the skin, causing a gush of blood. Irene froze in fear as the struggle quickly escalated. In the moment's notice, a man reached for a kitchen knife and stabbed Spike in the stomach. Spike released his grip and slumped on the floor, blood pooling from beneath its body. Down the hallway, the man managed to forcibly break open the locked master bedroom door. As soon as it swung open, Irene hurried to her mother's side. When Rose regained consciousness, she urgently insisted on the need to leave before Philip returned. Together, they assisted Rose into the man's car, and they quickly drove away. Wow. Scenario 3, so literally the next day. On November 16th, 2018, at approximately 10 a.m., Philip gained entry to the apartment using a key he discovered in his house the previous night. Inside, he found a man in the kitchen who was searching for something to eat. Philip immediately recognized him as the same intruder captured on his house's security cameras the night before. With a gun in hand, Philip demanded information regarding the whereabouts of Rose and Irene. The man, however, refused to cooperate, sparking a violent altercation between the two. As the struggle unfolded, the man managed to retrieve his own firearm, but Philip made a desperate attempt to disarm him, inadvertently causing a shot to miss and hit the ceiling. Oh. Subsequently, Philip gained the upper hand. Standing over the man who was attempting to regain his footing, Philip shot him in the head at point-blank range, instantly killing him. Following the man's demise, Philip searched the premises and discovered the man's identity to be Thomas before making his exit. Dang. Dang. Oof.
Which case file would you like to tackle?
That was a lot to unpack. That was cool that it was all connected. But dang. Well, yeah, that was a lot. We got the difficulty 1 star. We could go to the 2 star. I wonder if this question mark one is going to be a 3-star. You got a 10 stream streak? Streak. I'm fine. Congrats, Hannah. Okay.
Loading bloodbath.
You're home from work. Heck yeah.
Loading complete. Good luck.
Okay, new page needed. This one is called Bloodbath. So the situation of scenario 1. A typically noisy detective's office became chillingly silent. The officers had not returned any calls and there was no response on comms. Can you figure out what happened to the cooler detective's office? I'm just gonna write down color baby. Color detective office. September 25th, 1998, I think is what it said. Keep an open mind. Ooh, gosh, when it loads, sometimes it's so interesting. Due to current state and county policies, we're sorry to inform you that your package was not permitted to be sent from any of our local offices until we gain clearance. To start the procedure and gain the right paperwork, make sure you call blah 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 blah. So they were trying to send something that couldn't be sent. Voided contraband. Kyle Cropper. We're in New York. Oh, God. Oof. 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 Oh, this is gonna have a lot. Beanbag. Keep the roads safe. What is that? Crackers? Ooh. It's a lot of post-it notes. Oh, Rain's stacking up too. I'm not clicking on anything because I just want to kind of absorb everything that was going on here. Oh, I can go in here. You can tell when it's loading up a big scene. It gets really... bleh. I think his arm was still stuck upwards. Oof, a lot of dead. Lot of unfortunate ends. I think the one that was being interrogated, someone who was interrogating. Oof. Yeah, I think they might have gotten... That's explosive, though. Holy smokes. That must have been like open door, bam. Like they didn't shoot through the window. Oh yeah, so if they would have hit this person here, not seeing any like bullets or anything, and then this guy would have gotten up to like go check out the situation. Unfortunately, I think the lock, yeah, is on the outside, so they had no protection. Alright. Don't see my stockpile. This was some sideways interrogation tactics. Yes, it was. Okay, so before we even try to digest everything in this scene, let's look at some questions. I'm gonna write down the questions, because then it's helpful to know what to keep in mind. So the first one is, what is in the package by the exit? Yep. Apparently it's some sort of contraband. Was the gun the killer using standard issue? That we'd have to look at the bullets and stuff. Oh no, we got an exam. I didn't study. It's okay. We're looking at the questions before we study. Who died by the office doorway? Who's the dirty cop? How many people were murdered? A lot. A lot. Was Harry Baker in a reasonable state of mind? And which prisoner was in interrogation room 1? Okay, that's a good amount. Okay, so there's... The first question was, what's in the package? We know that it's contraband. We know that they didn't have the right documentation to send it somewhere. We don't know where they were sending it to. General Department note, we had a number of recent complaints about drinking occurring throughout the offices. Due to the current influx of these complaints, we will address our stance here. Do not drink during work hours. Drinking is an adequate manner to alleviate the stresses felt during this job. We understand this and we will refuse any manner of taking that away from you. However, during work hours, we ask that you remain sober. Drinking inside the office is perfectly okay during lunch hours or off time. Dang, this is a different time. If anyone is caught drinking during hours that they will have a strike on their record. If one's work is determined to have taken a dip in productivity and we discover the consumption of alcohol is the cause, a strike will be placed on their record. Do good out there. Dang. Town dinner celebration. So this hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen because it's currently September 5th or 25th. And we're at the Cooler Detective Office. So, oh yeah, Town of Cooler. Okay. Just hit 23,000. We're almost at 25,000 of our own town's population. Sun County is now nearing 800,000. You're invited to a small dinner celebration at the library at 6:30 p.m. Invite your neighbors, coworkers, and even the whole family. All right. Today is morning and noon shift. Okay. I didn't catch a time of when this was, but that's okay. At 6:30, Nakamura, to unlock our squad racks in equipment room and unlock doors. 7, Bolts to meet with department head. 7:30, Baker to come in and finish report before additional meetings. 8, Donuts coming in hot. Jimmy from 2 offices over is supplying today. 9:30, morning announcements on PA. 9:40, Snyder and Bolts to talk with department head. Expected call later today. 2 Bolts from HR. 11:35, escort of prisoner 1 and 2 to respective interrogation cells. Transfer of keys to Snyder. Questioning of prisoners switch at 12:45. Okay, that seems like a very interesting thing to know because maybe it's like the switch happens and so it's going to be like kind of a... Actually, prisoner number 2 is in interrogation room 1, and that's why that question was, who is in interrogation room 1? Continued. At 13:45, lunch break begins. Harry is in charge of watching over prisoners. At 14:45, lunch break is over. So it's a whole hour. That's nice. At 14:50, Baker meeting with department head. 1500, reacquired equipment. Check over by Bolts. 15:15, Bolts reconfirm with department head about reacquired equipment. 15:30, Baker is officially on paid leave. Please refer to Snyder for respective cases. Refer to late noon and evening and night shifts for other stuffs. I think that's going to be a pretty big thing to know. General Department notice. Keep your issued sidearms on you at all times. Please do not leave it behind for someone else to mess with. You will share the blame. Please keep other standard issues equipment in your locker or vehicle. We don't expect you to carry your rifle and shotgun on you 24/7. The fact that I have to say this is disheartening, but given that Jim had neither sidearm nor primary on him at the time of the Main Street shooting 2 weeks ago, meaning that self-preservation must be recommended and enforced. Had Harry not been there, we would have lost a good man. Please supply yourself as your job requires. What's up? Summons for the next month. Average drowning time, question mark. There's a new sheriff in town. Meet the new beacon, blah, 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 blah. So this must be what they're using, I would assume. I don't think I need to read all of it. Schizophrenia. It doesn't have a name. I heard Jojo was a wanted criminal. I have good resources telling me she's wanted on 2 accounts of first-degree cuteness. She's armed and will hug on sight. Use caution. I will hug you to death. I wonder if I need to... Quantity, 30 pills. It was filled... 30 pills. 9, 1. It was filled. So I feel like you'd take one a day, and it's the 25th. You should only have like 5 left in there. You're missing a few, bud. You are missing a few. I mean, not missing a few, but like you've missed a few pills. There's more pills in here. Chicken place opened up. Invite Rick. 9 and 5 right now. Meet with Susan at 6-ish. Rich will be there.
A self-care package for me.
You, I've always wanted one.
Now I got one. Thank you.
I'm yawning.
It's a lot of brain power. Gotta take my chapstick.
I do need to adjust the way that I am sitting. Barry, I need you to move. Just for a little bit. I'm sorry, my good man. I didn't want to squish you any further. But I did all the self-care checks for you yesterday. I saw. Smith says hello. Hi, Smith. Open today. Meet with Philip at 11-ish with Piggy. Barbecue next week. Harry wants answers like yesterday. Smith says we need to talk or call back. Ask Harry about Jay's case. Don't answer today's calls. Harry can be trusted. Interesting. Rolf, wait till Thursday. Call this, she can help with money. Something seems sussy. Who is this? University of Glendale, Nevada, in recognition of 6 Nakamura. Nakamura. Darren. Okay, so Darren Nakamura. Nakamura. He's got the first cubicle. Okay, he went through basic training. Good for him. He's got a planner with nothing in it. Sounds like he doesn't use it. Oh, you have a journal. Okay. Yeah. Macarena. Da 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 Macarena. Da 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 Macarena. Da 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 da. I don't know. Okay. September, he doesn't know. I forgot my wallet today at home. I couldn't enter the office until Richard opened the door for me. I wish I had him as a partner. He never complains. He's just quiet and gets things done. He next to never talks at all. At least I can't remember any time off the top of my head. Harry's quiet. Oh, period. Harry's quiet, but in a way that makes you worry from time to time, especially when he's really drunk. Okay, so Harry does drink a lot. 13th of September. Cannot pay off the rent for this month. Need money really soon. Like, hella soon. Mike doesn't have a kind shred in his heart. Was a booty about lunch the other day, too. September 18th, 1998. The fat tub of lard came in panting today during lunch. I told him to try using pig insulin instead. He spat at me. I don't really care. He tried to gyp me again. I thought he was getting offended. Might make him think about my situation, how he might be able to relate, but it's obvious it didn't work. September 21st, 1998. Richard walked in today. He just stared at my poster for a bit before leaving. Maybe I can talk to him and see if he'll back me up and get our entire office upgraded. I've been wanting that gun for a while now. I can just taste it. 22nd. I'm gonna read what's blanked out here. Sometimes, broken gun. Like, fancy features are what I want. Beanbag, where are you? Tired, money speaks. Stiff and tired. Basketball refineries. Good night. He sounds drunk? Or something's wrong there. Something's wrong. Licka the firearm. Licka. Sleep deprived. Yeah, maybe. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm still unable to find the medication. I wrote word salad in the afternoon, it seems. I'm doing better after taking my cocktail of pills. Richard broke his gun. That's why he came in yesterday. I'll ask the chief again if we can get a special order in. I want something, like my fancy baby, to be standard issue. I wouldn't mind something even crazier, like the revolvers that Harry has on his walls. But maybe that's going too far. I'm only worried that Harry would get one of these suckers. He's already a kill shot at one of the pea shooters. Interesting. So the 23rd of September. I got pulled in by the chief today. He asked me about Harry. Seems like they're just doing a general evaluation. I answered pretty casually. They asked if I knew about any evidence going missing recently. I'm able to say confidently that it wasn't Harry. I've only seen him party hard with booze anyways. I now think I'm seeing a unique pattern in the rug. It'll help me clear my head and think about certain people. Still, the medicine is gone and I don't like thinking like this. My head aches are back at full swing. Okay, the day before the incident, they took Harry out of our case. They put in Michael Snyder. I hate that man. I cannot accept this. I refuse to ever work with him again. And I will force them to realize this. Somebody will understand. He's been cruel in some stuff recently, too. Keeps making jokes about issues that the others still haven't clued in on. If he makes another one of those jokes, I'm going to blow a casket. Not a gasket? Interesting. I thought it's blow a gasket, not a casket. I hate him so much, and the position I'm in makes me feel like poopy. Okay, so Darren... He was partners with... Harry. And he liked Harry. He really likes that new gun poster. He wants it to be standard issue. I'm gonna write down that there is details on Harry and events around him. Whose cubicle had pills in it? This one. I'm still in that first one. So this is Darren taking pills for schizophrenia. It sounds like someone is hiding his meds from him. It did kind of seem like that, so I wonder... I mean, he got his pills back. Get refill. Legal advice for Harry's inspection. Call Jeannie about order 9178341. High school number. Wait, he keeps saying hello. Hello. Can't block him anymore. Call that for help. Okay. Okay, well. Order new belt. Buy new VHS player. Doxes 2 times. Fridge empty. Get gift for wedding. Morning stroll. Buy more drinks from Walmart's. Oh god, there's so many in here. Harry asked for papers again. Oh, this has got to be important for me to go through the trash. So 922. Harry asked for papers again. Find them. Need new bag of wrappers. Already out. 921. Withdrawal from bank before coming to office. Morning walk 10:30ish. Paperwork for rest of day. 924 is the day before. Check with bank in the morning before office. Morning walk 10:30. I'm supplying office donuts today. Used $20 found yesterday. Interesting. Hi. Oh yeah, so maybe it does say Darren. Look at that. It's just really hard to read. Okay, second cubicle. Is there any further notes about the meds? Not much, other than the actual meds and just his notebook. This was empty. Oh, and then the doc says 2 times. That's what I assume? Because you're supposed to take it every 10 to 12 hours? So 2 times a day? Yeah. Oop, wow, that loaded. Okay. So next cubicle we're going to is Richard. Bolts. Oops. I made an X instead of a Z. Senior detective. So he's been here a while. Okay, that's that one. Behind the badge. Elaine! The 3-stream streak. Thank you for coming in. Highway Patroller of the Year, Richard Nicholas Bolts. So this is a story about him. I have an itchy neck. Nevada State has selected our very own Richard Bolts as the Highway Patrol of the Year. We're overjoyed that the city of Brindler has been able to rise again and claim 2 of the 3 annual awards of our state that our state hands out. Richard Bolts was hired as a cadet after graduating a rigorous civilian course back in the summer of 1973. He was noted as the quickest in his class and as the one with most leadership potential by the instructor. During his 4.5 years of service, he has been noted to work as part of patrol and criminal investigation. Before just last year joining State Highway Patrol, in a small interview with the paper, Officer Bolts has noted his delight in being given this prestigious award. Quote, I would like to thank my wife, my chief, and the state for being able to give me the courage and fortitude to do my job. Unquote. We hope Officer Bolt's the best, and we can rest assured that the roads around Brindler are safer with him protecting us. Next week we'll be covering Brindler's other Officer of the Year, Officer Catherine Page. This is a photo of Richard Bolts at the reward ceremony. He was called up to give an impromptu speech. Hello, my name is Lane, and I'm lost. Laws and Regulations of the State of Nevada, 1997. Alcoholism, an addiction to the consumption of alcoholic liquor or the mental illness and compulsive behavior resulting from alcohol dependency. This must be properly observed for a set amount of time before action may be used against the offending officer. Does it only... Oh, no, it reads absolutely everything. Interesting. I'm just going to read the highlighted portions. Okay, so we're back to the Wilder ammunition. It's Copperhead. 9mm. So that's gotta be standard issue. So what we do know is... Standard issue is a 9mm Wilder ammunition. We don't know the gun yet. Pencil sharpener. He's got the planner. So I think the planner must have been standard issue. It's just a matter of who's going to use it or not. Check over the file reports, gun range, meet with the witness for case 2, lunch. Open office in the morning with Mike. Open all equipment lockers, call witness number 3 for case 1. General meeting in the office, shopping. Request new firearm. Turn keys over to Nakamura. Nakamura today, not me. So Nakamura opens the day of the shooting. Meet with Carl Tristan. Mike's gonna join a little late. A small dinner with Nakamura and Susan. She's asking if I can buy more potato salad. Hey, how's the game going? Up pretty good. We just finished, well, okay, so we had, when we started this yesterday, I had case 1 and 2 done. We're on case 3, but I also did case 4 yesterday and today. Case 4 scenarios 1, 2, and 3 were all connected, which was mind-blowing and really cool. I had an idea it might have been, but actually seeing it connected was really cool. Okay, so this one... So in Richard's cubicle, he uses his planner. Uses planner. So it might be useful because this is the day of the shooting. It's very interesting that it's in green. Was this your badge? Oh no, this is notes you take on the job. Write recommendations for Mendoza. Fackner needs report. Morning road incident 1972. Look up. Call Mary from SCPD. Maybe South Carolina? No, I don't know. It's probably more of a city rather than an entire state. I did want to say, Jojo, that I tried out Vane because of you and one other fellow in chat. I liked it a lot. Thanks for recommending. Yay! I really want to play it again soon. I really loved Vane. I played it for like a couple weeks straight, and then I just like had to take a break for a while to play some other games, and then life just got busy, so I want to get back to it. But I'm glad you like it. It's really cool because, so if you go to like the Vane subreddit, you can actually see that people like, because Vane uses real places in that area, so like you can see the Google Map images versus like what it looks like in game, and you can recognize an actual picture, like for real. You take a picture from Google Maps or whatever in person, and you're like, oh my god, that's in a video game. I've seen that. I've walked through that building in a video game. That's so weird. Like, yeah, it's so cool. Sorry, I'm fangirling a little bit. Yeah, I think it's really cool. I love the way that they did Vane and how realistic it is. My little thing. Okay, what does it say? I gotta yawn again. Facts Chief, weekly breakdown. Facts Judge K with paperwork. Judge V second still hasn't faxed. Mike wants oval tree. Average gunfight too short for Sun City running killer cases. I'm so confused. Consider maybe 2 people this time. Wrong about the call. The bond amount was right. Kids shattered Harry's rear view. Get another replacement. We need to give school tour next week. Tell Mike and Nakamura to clean cubicles. Second VHS found by Marty. Retrieve. Mike needs evidence write up soon. 1 hour 37-minute video. Recommend check over. Mortimer hit last week. Could be related to teen biker gang. Stocks for BLRQ rose 2% again. Ask Arthur about investing in TPK or RMN. Todd's father was home during murder, ? Secretary says not able to meet. Do a background check on Harry. Susan needs more business cards. I'm playing with my fingers. Susan needs more business cards. Judge wakes up at 9. Don't disturb sleep. I wonder why they have to... Like, what happened with Harry? Chief wants Desert Motel write-up. TMR. Gets Harry's report on gas station theft. Stephen Gold called. Tell Susan after interrogation. Stephen Gold needs 25,000. Janitor said that one of the clocks is an hour behind. Make sure to buy a new one. Maybe batteries are low. Ask Harry if he needs more time to see if he can fix my gun. Okay. I'm just gonna write down, there's a notepad. I don't know how... I feel like I need more information on Harry in order to use that. This man wears contacts. Hello there. Susan Bolts, so this is his wife. Payday and loans. We can get you a loan as soon as now. Okay, so wife equals Susan Bolts. We understand that you'll never... We understand, and we'll never ask questions for details. Or whatever. Never ask for details. I can read. He also has a journal. Sometimes he switches to green, and it's very interesting. Okay, so September 12th. Nakamura bugged me today after lunch about if Susan could offer a smaller type of deal.
I can't. You can't. Why can't you, Bach? Why can't?
Bach no read. Oh. Only do and try. That's okay. Reading is no fun. And that's why I'm doing all the reading for you. Without further ado, I'm going back to reading. Nakamura bugged me today after lunch about if Susan could offer a smaller type of deal. But I told him that she wouldn't. He wants petty change, enough to buy fountain drinks and ramen probably. Susan already expressed that she wasn't interested unless he had enough to pay off his already late rental charges and then some. I told him to just harass Mike for some change, if it's just for snacks and stuff like that. I mean, he's always got cash just lying around. I know Mike might not help given his dislike for the guy, but it'd be worth a try. Nakamura just turned and left. Seems like that put him into one of his moods. Okay, so there's some beef. God, I'm yawning so much. I don't think I got enough sleep. Something's wrong. Okay, well, September 13th. It's been a long day. Yeah. Sleepy bean. There's just been so much going on in our current case. Both Mike and I hit the mother lode. This is the holy witness we've been waiting for. She's going to break the entire case against Carl Tristan. From here, notes we can read that the 11 kilograms of DDP 39? Okay. That the company was transporting. Oh, I think it's the reading. I think I'm, like, slightly putting myself to sleep with reading. That the company was transporting was switched out at the last second for another trucker. Tristan didn't mishandle the insider stuff. He was either set up or a very unfortunate victim of pure coincidence. Whatever it is, this is evidence enough for us to pull this out of the fridge and grab any warrants that we'll need. September 16th, 1998 at 23:15. A self-care package? A self-care package? Now I'm imagining JoJo in her bed singing herself a lullaby to sleep. I've done it before. Sometimes I just, like, either talk to myself or I sing to myself, or, like, not like sing, but, like, more like a hum. And I don't realize it until I just, like, suddenly realize it. Good water. Good water. Yeah, for some reason my stream preview is constantly frozen. I'm not entirely sure why. You guys haven't said anything, so I'm assuming it's fine? I'm wondering if it's actually like my graphics card or something can't handle. Oh god. Yep. That's it. That is 100% it. We're running at 100%, boys. I don't think it's actually seen investigators doing the most of it, though. Dang. Okay, well. Well, actually, no. Scene Investigators is using 74% of my GPU. Yep, might have to change some things. The GPU? Yes, dang. Ah. It's using 10 gigabytes of RAM. And about 11% of my 12% of my CPU. Wow, Scene Investigators, you're doing a lot. Where was I? But you have enough RAM, that's true. More than enough. Not as much as you anymore. But that's okay. I'll catch up. I'll catch up. And I'll be your mustard. Eh. September 16th, 1998, 23:15. I just need Baker to not kneel over and die. I found him on the corner of Swiss and Baker's this morning. He was a complete wreck. Dragged him here in the car. He's a liability right now. That evidence for his case a few weeks back went missing. I'm 90% sure he just partied all night with the final portion of it. Nakamura may be the largest hiring blunder we had in the last decade. But if Harry doesn't shape up and stop running a fool, then even Nakamura may seem like a decent partner. And if this goes on just a little more, we'll have to really confront him. Note, have the back seat washed before the party next week. 64 gigabytes for $120. You're overkilling because you got a good deal. That's a-okay. Overkill. It's fine. Do it. I would love to have that kind of deal. That's insane. September 18th, 22:56. I'd rather that Nakamura and Mike not constantly try to get in each other's way. The bickering is constant on most normal days. They are often testy after their individual morning walks. I think they likely run into each other and fight. Today is exactly one of those days. They come back in at the same time and were complaining about something that I care too little to understand. I really did try and ease the tension, but Mike was playing hard butt. Heck, I got to the point that Nakamura got quiet. It set Mike off, and he understood to shut up. Baker just watched the entire show. He was waxing his swords. He gets some type of sick pleasure watching all of this. I can feel it. If Nakamura is the nutcase, then Baker is the lost cause. It's an ad break. It's an ad break. Why? Why would we break ads? September 20th, 1998. I got to meet him today. He looked healthy, seems fine. He's unusually well for someone in his shoes. Rather kind for someone who had all of their stuff taken from them. The bank literally got rid of all of his possessions. His health is good, and he's showing no signs of relapse from his prior issues. I wonder who you're talking about. I got to meet him today. Who are you talking about? September 24th, 1998, at 23:10. Baker was yanked from his case this morning. Mike is now in charge of the questioning of Philip Clements tomorrow. So he may join me a little later with Carl. From what I've heard, the man's just going to get some potential heavy charges. We have names. Hold on. Yeah, because questioning tomorrow. That's what he says. So questioning Philip Clements, Mike questions him on the 25th. So they're going to be in one of the interrogation rooms. And he may join me a little longer with Carl. So then there's a Carl that Richard questions. Okay, so we're figuring out who's in the interrogation rooms. We break ads because it's too late to break fast. That's true, that's true. From what I've heard, the man's just going to get some potentially heavy charges, but they're also offering a massive deal if he happens to just babble long enough about his friends out on the streets. I don't think Mike is very excited. I think he respected Baker enough that he's peeved at all of this. He never liked Darren since he fudged the big scene last year. Those two will be a mess. Or those two together will be messy. Baker was passive. A little too passive. He immediately ordered a plane ticket over the phone. Lots of mumbling. He's been acting off since his last shootout. Okay, well that gave us a lot of detail. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can maybe... Texture quality? Let's go even lower. Quarter. Does that save my GPU anything? Ooh. Oh god, it's really trying. That might have made it slightly worse. Oh no, it's loaded now. It's loaded now. I just had to think about it. Oh, nope, maybe not. Okay, I wonder if I should do... Okay, third cubicle. Mike. Snyder. Mike Snyder. There's so much to learn in these cubicles. Okay, starting here. Send $300 to repair shop. Buy Ovaltree. Yep, we did know that he wants Ovaltree very much. Cleaning a gun. A manual. Okay, so it's showing us that this man has the revolver. Look into Trent Brown. Oh yeah, it's really not going to load any of those anymore if they're not important. Okay, well, August 22nd, 1998. Baker just broke his 2-month separation from booze. That's pretty good. Drank through most of his... I mean, it's a good start. You're going to have relapsing and you're going to have to try to restart and whatever, but 2 months is a good start. Drank through most of his fridge the other day. He gave me a bottle as long as I kept him company. I was glad enough to do so. I think Clara would like him. But he's too offensive to have around the kids. August 28th, 1998. Hand that new folder to Richard tomorrow. He's authorizing something for case 2, which sounds like we have someone who's coming in to talk. Note, have enough money on the side not to buy Clara that nice dress. Okay, so Mike Snyder, wife equals Clara, and then he has kids. September 4th, 1998. Baker keeps laughing each time I ask the guys to grab donuts. I think his frustration is starting to bleed through. His last case hasn't had a breakthrough because Naka keeps dragging his feet, and since Baker himself is actually forced to stay in here. September 6th, 1998. Grab Carl Tristan for Crest. Oh, we got Carl's last name. Carl Tristan. Tristan. Got it. For questioning from NLSJ, we may have had a break. Bits of evidence that should have been brought forward a decade ago. Also, don't trust Nakamura until you know that he actually has his wallet on him. He keeps muttering about how it's not his fault when he's asking for something that he cannot pay for. I'm not a charity. That's fair. September 8th, 1998. Sometimes we fail the right people. Looking at the stuff we have, Tristan should be a free man. He's been left behind and lost a decade and a half of his life. Just poof, gone. We're going to try and get somebody just above to hear us out. It'll take time, but he can handle it. He's a tough soul. September 9th. It's now $50 for the entire package, and it's not like there's much in there in the first place. The thing is always light as a dang feather. Disgusting, slimy, shady. They know I need it, and they're going to ride... Maybe it's supposed to be ride me for every penny? They're going to ride my for every penny? Whatever. This isn't something recreational, for crying out loud. My life actually depends on this. Interesting. September 12th. I had a good laugh when I went with Baker and Nakamura for lunch. Baker barely smiled, but I think he liked being out of office. Nakamura just nodded a lot, acts like he can actually follow a discussion. Like a dog or something. I made him pay for lunch. I ain't paying after he stiffed me last week. September 21st, 1998. I went shooting with Richard today. His standard carry broke. If only I could get the security video feed for that. I'd be pestering him about it, requesting a new one the other... I'd been pestering him about requesting a new one the other week. The day before the incident. I think I'll be able to have a good report with Phil. Yep, because you are the one that questions him. Yep. Seems like he's grown in the area. He was arrested with our team's hockey jersey on, and also like 30 pounds of marijuana. Dang. Seems to be a decent guy from his wife and brother's statement, just down on his luck. He's also using a little bit of what he was dealing. That's rule number 1. Just don't touch what you sell. It always makes things harder, but at least I have a few jokes that I think he'll be able to laugh at. I just have to make sure Nakamura doesn't screw with this. He needs to keep quiet when I'm trying to connect with Phil. We're not doing any sort of act. We're keeping everything straight. Judge K's new assistant, Rachel. Call person of interest number 3, 9 and 2 for Frank's case. Summons right to send. She's asking for me to look into Payne's Creek? Strict regulations on meet between Jenny and Ben about Judy. $5. Receive documents from guard. Need proper procedure. Another case about the murder. She's masking her voice. She's changed her number twice now. Another call from a lady in Glendale. Get Samantha to look at license plates for A69F7. Call Sergeant Grady about serving. Sergeant Grady is escorting Phil. Arm movement is impossible. Upper arm shouldn't move. Use mixer. Figure out pH level for evidence from county. Okay. Buy more red pens and markers. Clara's B-Day next month. Do not forget. Jonathan wants doctor's outfit for Halloween. Jenny wants chef outfit. Rose wants to be a chunky rat. Oh, his kids are Jonathan, Penny, and Rose. That's so cute. I hope you're not dead, Mike, but you might be dead. Call back Marge. Therapist for Kevin cannot answer under oath. Harry's stuff in lockup. Tell Rich. Oh. Statement from Hoodie Kid contradicts. Frank Whittle, shattered neck, bones, 3 ribs. 1990, March 3rd. This Frank guy keeps coming up, and I don't know if I should be taking notes about that case or not. I can only open it. Milk Pops. Cannot open the fridge or anything else. That's just paper. You have a Holy Bible, a cigar, some money, Milk Pops, a pick of some sort, a bottle opener, chapstick, cards. You have a lot of money just lying around. Like, I see why people came to you for money. Ice skates can they feasibly pierce bone? Oof. Yeah, they're trying to figure out another case. GPU is struggling hard. Get audio from admission warrant if needed. Pastor says no kids. Oh wait, whose thing am I in? Who are you? Is this Harry? This is Harry. Do you got any certificates I can read your name a little bit better? No? Alright, well, new page anyway. Harry. Can I read your name? Baker! Harry Baker! I did know that. Inspection procedure change sounds like a no. Kid's name was Peter Jose. Friend's name is... Friend says Peter had issues. Pastor said kid had no issues. Only direct evidence sub for now. I can read your journal too. Okay. August 12th, 1998. I've tried to send the package now from 3 different places, but they keep voiding the stuff. Oh, that reminds me, actually, before I read that. Who is trying to sell it? Kyle. Actually, it's to Kyle. Not that that's important, since it's... Since they cut it off from me being able to read it. I've tried. Speaking with my hands, I've tried to send the package now from 3 different places, but they keep voiding the stuff. I even tried to pay the guy to look the other way. Cannot send it. Okay, August 13th. We rounded up a few of the downtown kids tonight. They were taking pot shots with their BB guns. Darren told me to cool down again. They shot out my rearview mirror. The 14th. Still can't send the package out. At this point, Kyle will never get it. I hope he can understand. I've tried real hard this time to get things in order. The 15th. I had to shoot a guy tonight. I'm going to the bar, or maybe I'll just roll about downtown and stare at the lights. The 21st. I'm sorry. I had to shoot someone again. Twice this week now. I'm sorry. It was a teen this time. Dang. August 28th. August 29th. Chief woke me up at my desk this morning. He asked me a day or 2 ago if he should be worried. I told him I was running okay. I don't like office duty. There'll probably be another month of this. September 10th. I need help. I need to get out of here. All I do now is drink and write papers. There's nothing here. I still haven't talked to Kyle. And I'm stuck here doing these dang papers. And now I can only listen to Darren complain about things. September 14th. Chief told me I cannot drink anymore in the office. It's affecting me. Bull crap. It's the only thing that can help me right now. I'm going to go crazy. September 24th, again, the day before the incident. I've been really testy again today. I need to go to the bar, but I cannot do it right now. Need to be clean. Even if only for just another few days. I don't want it to end like it did last time. The only good thing is now I can go do what I want. My flight leaves tomorrow evening. I ain't staying around here. I need to meet with him face to face. Okay, so he's trying to meet with Kyle. So it asks if he is in the right mindset. Oh. Kyle is his son. Happy birthday, Kyle. I hope that you enjoyed turning 15. I know your mother likely threw a great party, and I hope you had a good time with your friends. I'm sorry I missed your birthday. I had tickets, but there was a last-minute incident over here that I have to take care of. Next time I promise to be there. I'm sorry. I hope this gift reaches you in time and you can enjoy it. I may not always be there, but the past 15 years makes that the past 15 years makes that evident, but I want to pass this on to you as it was given to me. This has been in our family for many, many generations now, and it belongs to your great-great-grandfather, Bartholomew Baker. I would hope that you can use this as an inspiration and pass it on eventually to your own children. I may not be there, but our family is. Harry Baker. Interesting. What would he be sending to his son that was from his great-great-grandfather? That is noted as contraband in 1998. Something he's sending to his son that is seen as contraband, very lightweight. Interesting. Ask N if he can take calls. Mom's name is Jasmine. Mom's number. Plane leaves tomorrow. Get plane ticket. Miss Jose still won't talk. Still won't talk sunflowers. See if Jim in postal can get package to slip in. Maybe buy bigger object and sneak it inside that. Floppy 1 through 8 of J case has to be submitted formally. It's really talking about this Judge K. Judge R has given clear. K through 6 papers signed verify. So the gun that you have is a 9mm R9 Toretta. I'm writing down the numbers too, just in case. He's in the clear. Account to tip. Rich wants it cleaned. When printing this ticket off of our website on the World Wide Web, please be sure to keep 3 copies. The first is for the official at the front desk of the airlines. The second is in case the official takes your first copy, so you will have you could still verify yourself with the attendant at the gate, and the third is a backup copy for your own records. Does that have a date? No. Oh gosh. People were shooting right here. Dang. Oh yeah, someone... Oh. Though, if those are... I can't tell if those are bullets. No, those are glass shards. Yeah, those are just glass shards, I think, made it further. That is the question. September 25th. $1998. Didn't catch the time. Flashlight. There is a flashlight. I was curious about that. Image viewer. I. Can I pin images? Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's for something else. I wonder if I could have used that for a while. Oh, I cannot read that. And in appreciation of your many years of dedicated service to your country, And to your talent as a veteran sharpshooter, we salute you. Good for you. Good for you. Bartholomew Baker. That's what that says. Is it a... It's gotta be a pea shooter or something. Because it's like on a gun stand, right? And he said it was from Bartholomew Baker. Self-care package. I got you. I got you. Dune Sweeper 45. All hail the gold medalist of the 1982 NV Sharpshooting State Competition, Semper Fi. Okay. Chapasticko. I've been stretching out everything else except for my neck. I usually try to get my neck, but... Ooh, there we go. Boop boop. Ooh. It's gotta be like a pea shooter or something. Bartholomew Baker. Probably took that down and tried to send it, and that's what's in that box. Were you shot in the knee? It looks like he's just on the ground, just in a position. So one of the questions that is asked is what's in the package? So we know that this is going to be a gift. We think it's a gun. Maybe even like a BB. Or a pea shooter. What gun the killer using standard issue? I'm curious because these are empty. Then I'm wondering if they were used. Another question is, who is the dirty cop? Who died in the office doorway? So this one, I would assume. How many people were murdered? I'm just gonna start doing a tally. So we got one here. We got 2 in here. We got 1 here. We got 2 in here. I don't think there was anyone else, but I am just a little curious. Nah, that's it. So I have 6 people. Is there anything over here that we could interact with? I remember walking over here, but we didn't click on anything. Someone was hiding stuff. Someone was hiding a lot of salt. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the schedule. We got Nakamura, Bolts, Baker, Snyder. Darren Nakamura. Bolt is Richard. Baker is the Harry Baker. Snyder is Mike Snyder. And that's all the 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know that the interrogation room rooms had Philip Clements being questioned by Mike Snyder and Carl Tristan being questioned by Richard Bolts. We don't know who is in which room. I don't know if there's going to be evidence to show that. Oh, you know what might show that, actually? This guy didn't have handcuffs on. Well, this guy, I think, was still tied to the handcuffs because it's connected to the chair. And this one's open, but I think his arm must have still been standing upwards. Because you can't exactly see where it is. And the guy who would have been handcuffed would have been Tristan, because he was... Oof, that's a lot. Oof, even shot the clock. Poor clock. Well, this guy was doing shots. He was using 9mm since the casings are here. Right? I don't even think this guy was shot. Ooh. Okay, it's interesting that we can read this. It's on you. You are a cop. Your duty is to the great people of this town. Your duty does not end after 5 p.m. Your duty does not end after leaving these doors. Your duty doesn't even end after leaving this town itself. It is always there. You are a pillar of this community, required by the concept of law-abiding society. Some view this as a necessary evil. Some show them that it is good. Dang, that was actually something that hit somebody. A lot of shots were used. I think you were standing here trying to defend. Well, there's more in there I can read. I think you were standing here trying to defend. That's why there's so many bullets being used. And then you kept going backwards. Backwards. I don't know why there's so much glass here. Oh, 'cause the light was shattered. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Ooh. And then you died here. You were still trying. Unlock office and open. Water fern. Morning walk. Gun range. Meet with Philip Clements. That was at 11:45. So this would have been Mike's schedule. Yeah, so what I was saying, I think, with this one, this being interrogation room 2, who is the one in jail? That's not it. Hold on. Tristan should be a free man. Okay, so Tristan is the one that would be... He was locked up. So he would have been probably the one that would have been in handcuffs when they were here. Meaning that Richard and Carl would have been here. Well, this would have been Philip and Mike. In interrogation room 1. That's my thoughts. So that was the last question, was which prisoner was interrogation? Oh, which prisoner? So that would have been... Oh, prisoner. Wait, was Philip also a prisoner? I mean, maybe he was. Okay, then maybe I can't do that. Because if it's talking about prisoner, then that would have been Tristan, but maybe, like... Maybe... No, not that one. Okay, that's this. Who's... Oop, oop, oop. Michael. Mike was not with Tristan. Okay. I was thinking if Mike was with Tristan in the interrogation room, maybe he would have taken off the handcuff. Okay, what do we got for notes here? Um, who was the dirty cop? Who died in the office doorway? Minus the prisoners. So if that was... I know it says, like, how many people were murdered. I want to list them all out. So I'm assuming everyone in the interrogation rooms would have died. So this would have been Philip. This would have been Carl. This would have been Mike. And Richard. So that's 4 out of the 6 people. Someone died here. And then someone died in the doorway. So it leaves Darren and Harry. Are we missing somebody? I don't know. Would love to be more active right now, but doing something for uni. So I don't know. I don't have to do it over the weekend. Or so I don't have to do it over the weekend. That is A-okay. I can use my thinking brain. Here we had... But 2 of them are missing. Oh. Well, he was actively cleaning his. And it's in that case, so I think... You have your case. The dirty cop can't be Richard or Mike, because they were in the... They were in it. This was at... I mean, the clock stops at 8:45. I don't know what the other one's at. A different time. This also doesn't give me a time either. Not that I really need the time. I was just thinking this might be helpful. Because it's 11:35, escort the prisoners 1 and 2 to respective interrogation cells. Transfer the keys to Snyder. Harry's in charge of watching over the prisoners, so I think it's before the lunch break. I almost want to... Hold on. I want to... Just to ease my own mind. I want to quit the exam and go back into it.
Which case file would you... Loading bloodbath. Loading complete. Good luck.
Give me a time. Give me a time. I'm gonna write it down. 11:56 p.m. Okay, well... I thought it was gonna be the middle of the day. Does that mean that this is close to that? Pretty close. Ooh. It looked like they tried to barricade. Like they pushed this in the way. But then... But the glass blew out this way. Someone had a gun in here and shot. The only time it came in was here. So whoever was standing here at the time, that's where it came in. This is the normal whatever. So they were shooting this way. This came and shot there. That's a normal standard issue. But what was shot here is not standard issue. And that would have came from there. 3 of them. And there is at least 2 breaks in the glass. Right? Right? One going this way, too. But I don't think it hit anything. Just showing that it broke the glass. Going outwards. So there was a gun in there.
Itchy.
Okay. I'm thinking, let's go through all the evidence that we have. So this corkboard will basically tell us who is on shift. So refer to late afternoon, evening, and night shifts for other stuffs. So that didn't end up getting changed, even though this happened late into the evening? Or no, because they were interrogating, so it must have happened in the middle of the day, right? In Harry Baker's office, we had the birthday card, so we knew that his son's birthday is happening or is close, and he was trying to send something. He's trying to send that package, which I think happens to be this, because he said it was from his great-great-grandfather, Bartholomew Baker, which that's what it says on the thing. What else? Dismantled gun. So, and I think that's standard issue here, because that's what the bullets look like. And that's how we were seeing in the room. Yes. Oh, wait. This is not standard issue. Those bullets don't go in that gun. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. We might be onto something. What else? What else? Nakamura. We have the gun poster. Tells us that he's obsessed with something. The beanbag chair. Can we open that? Oh, we can! Okay, September 1st, 1998. The new medication. Hold on, I need to Nakamura. New medication today, not like the old stuff I was using. It's got a little bit more of a kick to it. I know my doctor told me to likely avoid this if I'm on anything else, but he said it was a great alternative if I start to notice a dip in other medicines. The second, it seems to be doing just fine. I don't notice any difference just yet, but it gets the job done. My headache is still there, though. The third, well, I don't feel so weird anymore. I think it's good. Fourth, so far so good. The headaches are just dull. The fifth, I think it's just another fine day. The whispering stopped. The sixth, thumbs up for this stuff. The seventh, it's only been a week, but I can say that this got the job done just fine. My headaches are still there, but they are hardly compared to the normal ones. The eighth, my trial amount ran out today. Bought some pain reliever to help the layover until I can get another bottle in 2 days. I don't know why they always have to drip feed the amount. Nothing on the 9th. The 10th. I almost collapsed when I finally got the stuff yesterday. It's a fast actor, however. Came in a little late though, so I could get worse stuff to quiet down. 9/11/1998. And now it's completely normal again. I'm stretching a little to make sure I can pay for this next time because it works 100%. It is hampering my other expenses, however. It must be really expensive. Nothing on the 13th. 14th. Almost had an issue. Didn't take one as an experiment today. I think even by the end of the day, Baker was a little concerned. The 15th. Feels good. No issues are to report today. The 16th. You know, I think that the prior medicine was just putting me off. You could tell me green men had taken over the government and I would have bought it. The 17th. All good. 18th. Had to buy another bottle in the morning. Completely out of money, though. I'm going to have to start a second job or something to help pay for the issues. 9/19. Thumbs up again. 9/20. I can't find the medicine. I left it in my car and now it's gone. 9/21. I've been doing fine for the most part. I need to find it again. At least before my issues crop up again. My headaches have already returned. I just don't want to hear the voices. And then it's back. And that was on the 21st. Okay. What else was in here? In the journal, there was a bunch of stuff. Oh, I can open this. They're watching. Nothing else, though. Nothing in the planner. Let's see. What was in Michael's? Michael's I have written down. He had the, this manual, the revolver manual. Disassembly and stuff. And then... I don't have much written for this one. Just his journal. Everything else seemed just weird. Unless I need to figure out, like, more connections with the note cards? Or, post-it notes? This didn't really tell me anything. There was this little vent, which was weird. So someone's hiding. Hello? Interesting. I didn't see that before. That's how he's gonna unlock that. Wasn't there... Oh. Like, I don't know if that's supposed to tell me something. Like, you got kind of a weird pick screwdriver thing. Yeah, so maybe it was Mike. Because he would have been in an interrogation room. He would have been the one smuggling stuff, maybe. Who was the first person to say first rule? Yeah, that's rule number 1. Just don't touch what you sell. Oh, and he thinks that Phil's a good man, right? Or no, maybe this was someone else. Oh, no. He thinks Tristan should be free. And so maybe he thinks Tristan should be free, just got caught up in stuff. Standard issues down there. Oh, but you have tools and things. I think it's this guy. I think he was actually in interrogation room 2, and that's why he was shooting this way, maybe. I'm gonna write that down as my thoughts. And because there was a switch at 12:45. So you're questioning the prisoners, and then they switch, which I think is actually pretty important here. So I think when Mike switches with Richard and goes into Carl Tristan's room, I think that's when things start happening. Self-care package, thank you. I've almost drank my entire water bottle. I'm impressed. Yeah. So going back to the questions, what's in the package? Oh god, it turned again. What's in the package? It would be this thing. Wish I can get slightly closer. It is weird how it's hooked, though. It looks like it has, like, double hooks. But it's definitely, like... It's definitely a gift. For... It's definitely a gift. I don't know for sure what it is. But it's contraband. I don't know if he would ship a gun. So I don't want to say gun. But I don't know what else it would be. Union Cavalry. 1927 to 1898. It wouldn't happen to be a sword, right? It's old. How far back do guns go? I really couldn't tell you that answer. Well, we'll go with gift, maybe. Second question was, what... I wrote it weird. I said, what the gun? What the gun? Was the gun the killer using standard issue? I wanna say no. But maybe because it's 9mm. If this is where it originated, I wanna say, well, 9mm Wilder. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Nothing in the trash. for that one to be shot. Oh no, that was the cross shot. The one that happened right here. Which is... Oh no, those are just wood pieces. Probably from the door being smashed open. Oh yeah. Dang, there's a whole hole in the door. So 5 shots were done this way. Maybe even 6. What can we do to answer that question? Let's just play with the idea that it did start from here. Because that's my biggest lead right now, is maybe Mike was with Tristan after the switch and got him out of here. Or was attempting to get him out of here. Maybe. So a bunch of shots happened in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 shots that were used in here. At least. To shoot that way. I mean, yeah. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there was a 5th one right there. But these guys are missing. 45. Dune Sweeper. 45. And a .500 W&S 50 revolver. And we know... Hold on. Revolver. Release the magazine. For each gun, it may differ in the release mechanism, but it always tends to be either switch or button. For a revolver, there's typically a cylinder release below the hammer. For those with a revolver, remember, your fired bullets leave their casings inside the revolver. The actual rotating chamber should be cleaned more often than other weapons because of this. Accumulation of powder and grime will cause issues further down the line. Casings should be disposed of properly. Ensure that. Something. So that's telling us that if the revolver was used, and those are 50s, what was this? These were also 50s? So if the revolver was used, the casings wouldn't have been dropped. Oh, there was more than 5. It's another bullet casing. Would both of them? Wait, who? Who had this? This was Harry Baker. Oh, okay. Unless someone came in and just grabbed it. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you have them on display and you... Yeah, I mean, that would have been easy to take. Ooh. So that's a maybe. Yeah, okay, so... When it comes to, was the killer using a standard issue, yes or no? I want to say yes, because I feel like it still originated from here, and this is where most of these bullet casings are. And so I'm just going to toy with that. Hi, Fawn! Oh, crime was done. Yes. So I'm going to keep running with the idea that the dirty cop came in here and is either the killer or gave the gun to this guy. And he was using a standard issue weapon. And if I'm wrong, then we'll start over. But I'm just gonna run with that idea so that I'm not stuck between the two roads. And then the next question was, who died in the doorway? That's a good question. I know that it wasn't Mike, it wasn't Rich, it wasn't Philip, and it wasn't Carl. That leaves Darren or Harry. A self-care package, thank you. Ah, da ba ba da ba da ba ba da ba. Oh, hi, Pepper. Hi. What's up? I didn't hear about that, no. Maybe in like 15 minutes? Apparently there was a scheduled cuddle time that I didn't hear about, and Pepper is very furious. Yeah, she would like everyone to know. Okay. What was I doing? Who died in the office doorway? So, Darren or Harry Baker, or some random person. What's up? 15 minutes? Is that okay? How about this? Can I offer you? Yeah, a lap. Isn't that nice? Yeah.
Hi, kitty. You mad? I have a cat. She's an adorable little kitty.
Let's see. So, I think we have to remember the whole revolver thing that was happening here and the cleaning. I don't know if someone took the revolver, but at the time, someone was here. When it all went down, someone was here just cleaning. I'm sorry. 15 minutes. I gotta finish this case, okay? There needs to be justice for the families. She's so upset. She's so upset. Oh my god, there's styrofoam just clinging to you. Were you in a box? Were you playing in a box? Hmm? Oh, I know you want a cuddle. I'm sorry. Give me 15. 15! I'll do this really fast. I got this. I got this. Okay, so someone was cleaning the gun. I don't know if it was gonna be Harry. Do I have anything mentioned of people cleaning? What did Darren say? Wait, this is Darren's. And I answered pretty casual. They asked if I knew about any evidence going missing recently. No, this is all the past stuff. Okay. So someone wasn't here at the time cleaning a weapon. And Harry had no cases suddenly because it was taken away from him. That's what we literally just read from that thing. So he was more than likely just here cleaning, right? I'm trying to see if Nakamura is that's the only one where he's mentioned. I think things happen before this. I think there's a switch. I think that's when it happens, but I don't think they get to the lunch break. I think... Or maybe that's when it was just about to happen, so maybe Harry was actually about to walk in, and then that's when he got ambushed. Like, he totally off guard. Like, he couldn't have defended himself in any sort of way. He just kind of was... He was just shot, and then slumped over. I don't think he was... I think he was blindsided, so I think... Who died in the doorway? I think that's going to be... Harry. Harry Baker. Oh, I'm writing it down in the wrong place. So we have Philip, Carl, Mike, Richard, Harry. All died. I think... Darren is the only one left. So Darren would have been here? Maybe? So everyone died? Absolutely everyone? Like no one made it out? Okay, so then who was the dirty cop? I think that's gonna be Darren. If we look at... Not this one. Not that one. This one. He's got all the tools. He's got random tools here. He's hiding. And then this is a tool that easily hidden to be bam. And he knew about the first rule. You don't sell what you're... Or you don't use what you're selling. I think it's Darren. That's my thought. No. Wait. No, no, wait. Wait, back it up. Because wasn't I also thinking... wasn't I also thinking it might have been Mike, so once he got with Tristan, that's when it would have happened? So, no, I don't think it was Darren. I think I'm going back to my original thought, that it was Mike. Mike Snyder. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. Mike Snyder has the tools. Over there. Yes. No. I was right. I just said the wrong words. I was correct before. Okay. I was like, wait a second. That contradicts something I said earlier. So, what's in the package? We think it's a gift. Was the gun the killer using standard issue? Yes, I do believe it was. Who died in the office doorway? We think that was Harry Baker because he was cleaning guns. Who was the dirty cop? We think it was Mike, so once he swapped to Tristan and or Phil or whoever he was with, I think he was the one that started it. How many people were murdered? 6, I think. Sorry, no, 5. I think 5 were murdered and then Mike just ended up dying or whatever. Because you can't murder yourself, right? So technically 6 people were dead, but 5 people were murdered, and the killer died. Was Harry Baker in a reasonable state of mind? Yes or no? I don't think he was drinking. I think he was upset. I think he was upset. I think he was getting ready to go on his trip. He started drinking like a couple days prior to the 25th. But I don't think that would have affected him on the 25th. I think he was upset because I think it was one of his journals, right? That yeah. I shot somebody. Like he was upset. But he wasn't like on anything. So I would think would he be in the right state of mind? Or I think yes. I think he was fine. he wasn't on anything. If that one's wrong, I'll go back and say no, but I'm pretty sure he'd be fine. And then who was in what interrogation room? I think I had wrote down to myself Philip and Mike, but then I switched it to Mike and Carl. But now I'm like, oh, I don't know. Let's see. Is it a bullet? That was a bullet. Standard issue. Oh, wasn't there like a ton going this way too? A ton of bullets as he was backing up? Oh, itchy face. So let's see. What I have kind of going on. The question is, would they have swapped before then or not? It's all a time thing, even though we came in here and it said it was evening. I think the shooting happened in the morning. Or like somewhere between these times. So this was bad. This is where it started, right? I want to say that Mike was here. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, wait a second. Trishan should be free. He's been left behind and lost for a decade and a half. His life just poof, gone. We're gonna try and get somebody just above us to hear him out. And then, this is actually, so when it talks about rule number 1, don't touch what you sell, this is actually talking about Phil. I thought he was still talking about I hope Nakamura doesn't screw with this. I need to keep him quiet while I'm trying to connect with Phil. We're not doing any sort of act, just keeping everything straight. 30 pounds of marijuana seems to be a decent guy. So he's trying to get Phil out. That's why he's hiding the 30 pounds here of marijuana. So maybe, yeah, maybe Mike and Philip are still in here. While Carl and Richard are in here. Oops. Grab my pen? Didn't grab my pen. So who would be in room number 1? This would actually be Carl and Richard. So, maybe. We never get it right on the first time, so let's just try it. Well, okay, I don't know what this is. We're just gonna say gift. A contraband gift. Was the standard issue? Yes. Who died in the thing? We think this was Harry Baker, not Hari Baker. Who was the dirty cop? We wrote down, we think it's Mike Snyder. Wonder if I should do Michael Snyder. Oops. D-E-R. How many people were murdered? I want to say 5 because the killer doesn't kill himself. I think he had wounds that he died from. But would that be considered murder? I don't know. We'll try 5, if not 6. Was Harry Baker in a reasonable state of mind? I think he was. I think even though he had a bad history, I don't think he was influenced by anything. Alcoholic, drink-wise, whatever. I think he was in a healthy state. I think he was upset, and I think he was ready to go away and get on that plane and go see his son. Unfortunate that he died the way that he did. And which prisoner is in interrogation room 1? So we wrote down in interrogation room 1 that there was Carl and Richard. So we need Carl, Tristan. And that's what we think. And if we're wrong, I'll go lick some snow. 6 of 7. That is better than I thought. 6 of 7.
Which case file would you like to tackle? Loading bloodbath.
I wish it would tell me what I got right.
Complete. Good luck.
Maybe it's the gift. Maybe it wasn't specified enough. Or maybe it could be 6 here. Let's put in 6. See if it's 6 of 7. So everything's still right, right? Except for that one.
Which case file would you load?
But it wasn't 5 or 6?
Loading.
But 6 people were dead.
Good luck.
How is it anything other than that? How many people were murdered? It's not 6, even though there are 6 outlines, and it wasn't 5. Would it be something else? Like 4? Like, would the killer not be, or the one who started it? Yes, the killer. The killer may not be included. That's why I said 5 before, but maybe because, like, you know, those guys died of shots. Shot. That guy was shot. This guy was shot. Clearly. This guy seems a little different. And maybe he wasn't murdered. Like, it seems more like maybe he had a heart attack or something. Like, there's no blood other than his mouth. And that seems like maybe like lying on the ground and then you've had one last cough and you drowned in your own blood. Inside your body. Maybe. Maybe? Trying it. Everyone look away. Oh. Oh, did I get it? Whose death do you think is most tragic? Richard had a wife named Susan. Mike had a wife named Clara and 3 kids, Jonathan, Penny, and Rose. But also Mike was the one who was the dirty cop. I think Harry, even though he was like having a really rough time and stuff. I think the way that he died was a huge surprise. So he wasn't... It seemed like he was just gonna walk in that door and then bam, he's dead. Like he didn't even get a chance. He didn't get to fight. So I think that to me would be the most tragic. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like he deserved to go see his kid, even if he was like kind of an alcoholic. Like he was trying to do something really nice for his kid. He was trying to send that gift for ages, for like a whole month and a half. He was trying to be better. Bloodbath. Case file report. I guess there's no three scenarios for this one. Just the one. On the afternoon of September 25th, around 12:30 p.m. Okay, so they didn't switch yet. Darren Nakamura and Michael Snyder were interrogating Philip Clements in interrogation room 2. Harry Baker was in his office cleaning Richard Bolt's broken pistol, and having just been relieved of active duty, Richard Bolts was sitting down with Carl Tristan in interrogation room 1. Is that what I had written down? Yes. Waiting for the other interrogation to end. Darren had not received his regular or required dose of medicine to deal with his oncoming schizophrenia. As he sat with Michael Snyder, a man who he already deeply hated, he heard enough jokes at what he personally believed were at his expense. He snapped, and he began shooting his colleague before standing and shooting the suspect in interrogation room 2. Oh, this is very different from what I thought it was. In a rage, he then stormed out, blockading the observation room. Wow. Harry Baker heard gunshots at 12:34 p.m. and began to scramble to find a usable weapon in his office cubicle. Oh, is that why okay, so that's why those guns were missing. So maybe he did have a chance, but not much. Van began to scramble to find a usable weapon in his office cubicle. Remembering that Richard Bolts was nearby, Nakamura began to walk towards the other interrogation room. As Nakamura approached the other interrogation room, Harry Baker finished loading his revolver in his office cubicle. Harry Baker cracked the door open of the observation room open to took a few shots at Nakamura. At this point, the clock was hit by a stray bullet, making it display the time of 12:35. Oh, so that's where it stopped. So that's how we were supposed to know what time it was. Nakamura quickly returned fire and shot numerous times back at his partner. Both Nakamura and Harry were hit, with Nakamura getting lucky and shooting Harry in a vital spot. Harry Baker was slumped in the office doorway and proceeded to bleed out, dying at 12:40 p.m. Dang. Nakamura limped over to the nearby desk and pulled out the bullet that Harry shot with him. That makes sense why there was a bloody bullet on the desktop. I was wondering about that, but I didn't know how to explain it. Nakamura then saw Richard still in the interrogation room number 1 with Carl Tristan, the suspect that had been falsely imprisoned years ago. It had been 10 minutes since Nakamura had began his rampage, but he was not about to calm down just yet, remembering that Richard never truly helped with his money. In a blind fury, Nakamura stumbled to the door. Richard attempted to charge him, but then he was shot in the head. Yep, okay, so that's in interrogation room 1. After Richard fell dead, Nakamura stumbled and collapsed against a nearby wall, sitting below the clock that Harry accidentally shot during the crossfire. Carl Tristan, old and with a weak heart. He was old? I mean, it did say that he lost a lot of his time in jail. Began to have a heart attack and toppled to the floor, dying at 12:55 p.m. Okay, so he did have like a heart attack, but I figured it would have been... Yeah, I don't know. Overlooking the carnage that he had created and hearing the dying breath of Carl Tristan, Nakamura began to calm down. Surrounded by dead colleagues and former friends, he decided to take his own life before he bled out. That's why it was such a big blast. It's estimated that he sat against the wall for 15 minutes before taking his own life. Dang. Dang. Wow.
Congratulations. You are now an official licensed investigator. How was the exam?
Easy, okay, hard, extremely difficult. I would say hard, but not too bad.
Now that it's over, how do you feel?
Hungry. I'd love to solve more. Indifferent, relieved, glad that it's over. I would love to solve more.
Welcome
I don't even remember the fourth floor, to tell you the truth. I remember there was like a college party in one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, this was the college house, I think. This was a dining thing. That was nice. Oh, that's it. That was a pretty good game. I think there's one more. I think there is one more, because it always had that question mark.
You have a new case file waiting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm not going to do it today, but
Welcome back. Which case file would you like to tackle?
it is a difficulty 3-star. Okay, I was curious about that. Because we did... So I remember doing this one. I think I ended up actually recording this one. And then recording one of these and doing one of these on stream. And then these two I just streamed. And then we'll do that one another day. Fourth floor was with Aaron, yeah. I don't know if we did the entirety of the fourth floor with Aaron, or if we just did a couple of them. Ooh. Ow. But yeah, thank you all for coming today. Thanks for all sticking around. We've been here for 4 hours. This is going to be a long VOD. It's very much a lot of me just like writing down, thinking about certain scenarios, planning it out, and I don't know if I necessarily like talk enough through my thoughts, but it's definitely like I definitely try. But I definitely probably don't do enough.